What we're going to do here first is put some general purpose adhesive cleaner on the stripe tape and try to loosen it up a bit. And this has been on here for last 7 years, so it's kind of difficult coming off. I first tried using my fingernail on it. Didn't really work too well with my fingernail. And I didn't want to put a scraper on it because it would damage the paint. So what I eventually came up with was what they call a window stick. I've had this about 45 years when I used to do body work. And I put a chisel edge on it, and since it's made of nylon, it doesn't harm the paint. It allows me to get some of the striping off. I keep going over it with the adhesive to loosen it up as I break through the top layer of the tape. I know it sounds pretty bad, but you're actually not doing anything to the paint. All that scraping sound comes from taking the top layer of the tape off. Over the years, the sun has damaged the tape and has checked it and dried it out. So I figured it was time to replace the tape on this Kia. I also did my wife's Malibu, and that came out pretty nice. But on that car, I didn't really have to do the scraping because the tape virtually disappeared over the years. UV rays got a hold of it and just destroyed it. As you can see, I'm still going over with the adhesive cleaner. Little by little, we get it off. It probably takes me about 10 minutes on a section. I'm doing. I already did the fender, the front door. This is the rear door, and I'll be doing the rear quarter. Jumping ahead, I got most of the tape off. And what I'm left with is some residue from the adhesive. I keep applying the adhesive cleaner and chiseling the rest off with the window stick. And we'll get down to a point where it's fairly clean. I'll go over it with some paint cleaner. I have some acrylic clean here. It's a grease and wax and grease remover used when you paint. What you usually do is wash it and wipe it. Wash and wipe, and you keep applying it until you're sure you have all the wax off. And here, I just want to make sure we get all the adhesive off with a nice clean surface for the tape to adhere to. Now what I'm going to do is wipe it down with the acrylic clean. Make sure all the adhesive is off before the application of the tape. And I apply the grease and wax remover and wipe it off with another clean paper towel. You can actually feel it if there's still some adhesive on it. You can actually feel it under the paper towel. Alright, at this point we got all the adhesive off, got all the tape off. It's cleaned up with the grease and wax remover. And we're going to take our tape. It's a vinyl striping tape, which is it's available from a lot of sources online. We get an approximate dimension as to length. Cut the tape And on this tape it's a double stripe. What we're going to do is remove the bottom paper layer that allows us to place the tape on the door. And we will lift one edge. In this case, we want the small stripe on the top. Now, I don't have any marks or anything like that on here. I'm just going by eye. It's worked pretty good for me before, so we'll continue to use that procedure. You strip off the backing almost down to the end. We fold it back over. Now we're going to sight down the line of the car. There's a body line. Lay the tape on it. We don't want to stretch it. We want to avoid stretching the tape. Trim the end about 1/8 inch. From the end of the door. What we want to do now is burnish this, and I'm using a plastic spreader. Use the bodywork. And we'll just wipe over it with a soft cloth. And remove the clear tape over the top of the two stripes. The clear tape keeps everything aligned when you're applying both pieces. You would want to do this wider and the narrower stripe separately. And that's about it. We leave it cure for about 72 hours before we even wash the car. And that's about it. The sun will take care of the rest.